Okay, guys, we are live. Welcome to the Free China live stream. And of course, today, as usual, I'm joined by Corey, Prime in China. How's it going, Corey?
Very good. How are you doing today?
I am amazing. It's good to have you on again. We've got quite a few people already in the chat. I can see all of them are saying Corey is so handsome. What's the deal with that?
I'm, I think you're being a little modest there. I highly doubt it says that, but I'll take your word for it.
Well, we've got a few people in anyway, so that's a good start. So we have quite an interesting show for you today, and we are going to start off with a segment that I've created, and it is called quite a simple name there, Taiwan News. So what is going on in Taiwan? And there is quite a big story that is just developing that we're going to take a look at. I wonder if we could get a little bit bigger there. Which is better, do you think? Us bigger or the thing bigger? Maybe the video, right?
Either way, maybe do the video for them. Sure.
Yeah, I think people need to see this. Okay, so there's some really huge news out of Taiwan, as I just said. The National Immigration Agency in Taiwan is revoking the residence permit of a Chinese social media influencer after she made controversial statements advocating for Taiwan's unification with China through military force. So check this out. Let's see what she said.
台独分裂势力以任何名义、任何方式造成台湾从中国分裂出去的事实，国家得采取非和平方式及其他必要措施，捍卫国家主权和领土的完整。大陆武力统一台湾已经不需要其他的理由了呀。
So China doesn't need any reason to unify Taiwan by force. And she's posting this out of Taiwan.
Interesting. It's one of those situations. It's like, well, if you don't like where you're at very much, why don't you just go home? You know. Apparently, they made that decision for her. Apparently,
it's a very strange thing to do. So anyway, this woman's name is Liu, and she has the very popular Douyin account. It's called Yaya Zai Taiwan or Yaya in Taiwan, and she has almost 400,000 followers. And her videos have been really shared around online quite a lot. And apparently her videos have been deemed a violation of Taiwan's laws, specifically an act called the Governing Relations Act between Taiwan and China. Now, the National Immigration Agency said her statements not only went against regulations, but also posed a serious threat to Taiwan's national security and social stability. And I'm going to agree with that one.
Yeah, I wish that's, that is one of the things that happens in a lot of countries with freedoms and things like that is sometimes, we allow people to take advantage of those freedoms, people that we shouldn't allow, and that's one of the situations, if, because it is a serious thing to have someone that that popular, that famous going around making videos and saying things like that,
Yeah,
So,
I totally agree with you on that one, mate. She's basically enjoying all of the freedom that Taiwan offers her, and then basically shitting on them by saying Taiwan should be taken over by this authoritarian nightmare of a country to come and rule over Taiwan. That's shitting on the freedom that she's been given, right?
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to assume automatically now that she has been removed from Taiwan, kicked out, or whatever, that suddenly she's the victim now. I assume.
Yeah, and it's funny because you'll see here actually, she is playing the victim. If we can play it, yeah. Here. Oh, okay. This is basically what the Taiwan's Interior Ministry said.
言论 自由不是天上掉下来的礼物，也不是武力统战或者是武力侵犯台湾的借口。台湾社会呢，你触犯到言论自由的底线，然后触犯到我们法律底线的话，我们希望用这个法律的规定来予以严厉处理。
Damn straight. But
大家好，
okay,
我是
so she is on the defensive, as we'll see here.
哎呀，因为我在网上发布了一些支持一个中国原则的视频，结果被一些外网的博主断章。
Oh, boo-hoo.
Oh, they're cyberbullying me. Like, isn't that what you're doing? Like, imagine how all those Taiwanese people must feel when you've got someone there that like, here's the thing. China is threatening to take Taiwan by force.
Yes.
You know what I mean? When they say one China, they're not talking about like, well, hey, if you guys want to come over here and be a part of us, then we'll allow it. They're saying that we're going to bomb you and take you against your will.
Their way or the highway.
Yeah. It's just not the same. It's just not the same.
Yeah. Can you imagine, Corey, like a Taiwanese person vlogging in China saying that China should be more of a democracy like Taiwan, or that Taiwan should invade China and take over? Can you imagine that?
Oh man. That's the thing. The police would come to your door and they would knock on your door and they would be like, hey, would you like to go out and have some tea? We're gonna have a little discussion about those videos you've been making.
Yeah, I love that. Go out for tea, actually. Can you explain what that means in China?
Yeah, no, I think it's pretty straightforward, but no, it's just it's a saying that everyone's heard before, you know, to be taken out for tea, and it's
It literally it doesn't mean drink tea.
yeah, right. Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, let's just play this a bit more.
偷换概念导致我在台湾现在遭受了严重的网络暴力我现在就是在去移民署的路上
Okay, so she's on her way to immigration because her residence permit is being revoked. She was married to a Taiwanese citizen, but I think they divorced. So the authorities have summoned her in for questioning after the investigation, and they've determined that her actions broke the rules governing Chinese nationals residing in Taiwan. And so as a result, her permit has been revoked, and she won't be allowed to apply for another family-based resident permit for 5 years. Oh, yeah.
Ooh. That's a little friendly. I mean, you know, she's lucky they don't just ban her forever. And here's the thing, too. Think about this for a second. If she really loved China that much, why is she so upset about Taiwan kicking her out? She should be happy. She should be like, fine, I'll take all my shit and I'll go home. But she's not. You know, she doesn't want to go home. She knows better. You know
well, she is home because apparently Taiwan is part of China, right?
Yeah, apparently she went home. Apparently.
So her channel name is Yaya in Taiwan. She's going to change it to Yaya in China very soon because she'll be back in China.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see what else she has to say quickly then.
什么时候开始拍摄抖音的我拍这些影片有没有团队有没有人指使我这样做有没有从大陆那边拿钱我发表自己的看法就不行
Why can I not express my own opinion?
那台湾所谓
What happened to Taiwan's so-called free speech? Oh, please.
The irony. The fucking irony of this woman.
I
like,
know,
come
right?
on.
God, it's just hilarious.
You got the treatment that you wanted, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's just hilarious hearing someone from China complain that their free speech has been violated. Give me a break.
I hate to say it, but it's that clear-cut case, and a lot of Chinese people are really bad about this, is when they go to another country, they leave China because they're unhappy with their life in China. They go to another country, and then all of a sudden, they start applying the rules of China to the other country. It's like, if you really, really just want to stay in China, just stay in China. Don't try to change the country you went to be like China.
exactly. Just respect the rules of the place where you live, you know?
Right.
的言论自由又是什么？而且我也确实是发自内心的为我祖国强大而感到骄傲。
Yeah. Okay. So I just want to say, like, she's a massive hypocrite. She's in Taiwan enjoying all of the freedom of speech, religion. She gets the chance to vote, all of this stuff, and she's still advocating for China to take Taiwan by force. She's doing it online. She's got a lot of followers, and a lot of people in Taiwan have seen her videos, and they're really truly pissed off by her actions, and I seriously don't blame them. I mean, imagine like someone in the USA coming over and well, actually, no, you know what? People do that in the USA, don't they?
Yeah, it's a difficult situation. I'm all for freedom of speech,
Absolutely.
that type of thing. But at the same time, there are a lot of times where I wish we would be a little more like Taiwan in that way, and say, hey, you know what? If you really don't want that freedom as much as you think you do, then we'll just treat you that way. And
Yeah,
but
exactly. And she's one of these, like, she uses her own kid for her bullshit propaganda narrative. Like, I've seen that she actually posts videos where her kid is just parroting her propaganda talking points. It's a very young little girl, and I think that's quite disturbing, actually.
yeah, and that is another thing. Adults are very influential, directly, you would say, in children's lives in China. Whereas if I would say that in the Western world, we try to be influential as much as possible in our children's lives passively, in the sense of saying, like, in China, if you know anything about China, it's like you will learn dance, you will learn violin, you will learn piano, you will learn English.
Yeah.
Whereas if here we're like, hey, little Dora, if you want to learn piano, we support you. If you want to do swimming, we support you.
Do you want to learn karate, or do you want to do this or do this other extracurricular activity? We're not going to force you to do it.
Yeah. Kids are like, I want to learn to go swimming, and they're like, no, you don't. You want to be a doctor. Mom, I'm 4. It's like,
yeah,
doctor. It's like, okay. Weird expectations out of their kids in China sometimes. He's gonna be a doctor. I'm like, he's picking his nose. Like,
yeah, exactly. He's in the corner of the classroom, like picking his nose and wiping it on the student in front of him or something. Anyway, let's get to the next story. I think we've spoken enough about this this crazy woman.
是抖音的，我拍这些影片有没有
great. It's
团
going
队？
all the
因
way
为
back to the start. Oh no, okay. Right. This one. Oh my god. I'm not sure if anyone has seen this already. It's been making the rounds, and I'm pretty sure that most people have seen it actually. But this is a young lady, a student, a Chinese student who's living in London in the UK in the district called Elephant and Castle, and she is just ridiculous. I'm going to play it. You're just going to see.
Good morning, my neighbors! Sunshine in London! Sunshine in the UK!
Just there it says the neighbor's dog politely answers back, by the way. So she hangs her head out of the window. It's early in the morning, and she's shouting some crazy stuff. Now, what the hell is going on? Why is she doing this? Like, what? It's just really so weird.
The stuff that could be said that will not be said but should be said. It's I don't know what it is about, like, China and just being loud all the time, And it's like, you know, there's just if it's too quiet, Chinese people just have to find a way to like louden it up,
to amp up the volume, ramp up the volume.
Yeah. This is just one thing about like one of the things, and I would tell you one of the things that I really did dislike about China when I was there was just the simple fact that people don't really respect your space. They don't really respect public space, and that's the thing. Like it's just terribly rude to do something like that, you know, and to not know how rude you're being in that case.
Yeah.
But you know, again, she's a smug little, you know what I mean. So she's doing it on purpose, obviously.
It's just that whole sort of like I'm an influencer type of attitude, and I will just do stupid, obnoxious things to get views. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, if only she would use that mouth for good, right?
And and she's just it's just really like disrespectful to her neighbors. I mean, I always ask this question, but would this be tolerated in China if a foreigner did this?
Yeah, no, again, it's the double standard. If you lived in China and you went around just terrorizing Chinese people and things like that and just messing with people, no, you would be they would all crowd around you. They would do the whole, you know, Jolly Shadongo, this is China, and then you would be mobbed, and it would just, it would just,
It's just, man, it just really like it's really annoying. It doesn't matter like who she is or where she comes from. If anybody did this, I would be pissed off. It just happens that she comes from China, you know.
Yeah, again, again, it kind of comes back to a thing where like people, if you've never been to China, you don't understand just how weird a social standpoint our people are in China. Again, just, you know, the way that people treat each other people is very different than what we're used to in the West. Like I've never had I've literally been like elbowed in the face by a grandma getting on the bus before, and I was like, excuse me, grandma.
Yeah.
Like, jeez, you know.
The push it and the shove in. Yeah, I remember when I went to Disney World in Shanghai, and one of the rides had been closed all day. Then they suddenly announced that the ride was open, and you should have seen that mad rush to the queue. And when people finally got in the queue, they were just running. It was actually dangerous. It could have been like you could have got crushed in that, you know.
Yeah. There's this personal space and all that type of stuff is not really cared for. It's just
God, let's see what else she's been up to anyway. Is it playing?
Good morning, my neighbors! Hey, fuck you! Yes! Yes! Fuck you too!
Lovely movie.
来财，来，Sunshine London, Sunshine the UK.
It seems to be like a thing that's happening more than once. Like it seems to be a ongoing thing. Her shouting out of the window there. Like, what's the crack?
Yeah. Apparently there's some sunshine on her chest too that they're covering. Apparently.
Why is that filter on there or that little whatever it is? I don't get it. Like,
it's like, come on, you know, if you're like gonna make us put up with your shitty personality, at least let us have something to look at, you know. Jeez. Gosh. You know?
Fair enough, man. Let's see, because it's not only in London where she's doing this. Look. Okay, so she's like, we're in Spain, and this. What is our slogan? What slogan do we say?
Sunshine Spice, Sunshine Savior.
Yeah, so this is her social media account, and apparently she is blaming the whole thing, like, because there was a lot of like, she was getting a lot of shit for this. Even like a lot of Chinese people were like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, you're so disrespectful," you know. And apparently, so this is her
Oh, she said,
response. So
黑
the
人对我说 Ching Chong. So black people were calling her Ching Chong.
yeah, exactly. It's like the first time a British
Sure.
student encountered racial discrimination. Go back today at the door of Sainsbury's in Elephant and Castle. I met a very disturbing and rude black man who said "chin chong" to me, and I was so angry that I yelled back. When the video was posted on Douyin, someone immediately attacked me, saying that I should not respond to racial discrimination with racial discrimination. Well, yeah, and even started to attack me personally and in a racially discriminatory ways. So she's playing the victim here. She's playing the victim.
Yeah, like it's like when you go out of your way to be loud and obnoxious and to gain attention, and then when people are like, you're a fucking idiot. It's like, well, yeah, and I here's the thing. I hate to say it about China and racism, and it's the same thing like with my wife coming here. She has never experienced racism, literally not even one time.
Yeah.
But I experienced racism in China practically every day.
Yeah, for
from
sure.
just being screwed over to on prices. I don't know how many times I literally seen people be like, oh, well, you're a Uyghur and you're just going to pay more. And I'm like, oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like, so let's say that, you are racially discriminated against somewhere. And then, so your reaction to that is hanging your head out of a window and being an obnoxious prick?
right, yeah. For some reason, I don't believe that. I hate to say it, but the China does this thing all the time where it victimizes itself, and it's like, I just don't believe it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not buying her little excuse there, but I just hope that she's going to stop doing this because like I'm pretty sure her neighbors enjoy having a bit of a lie-in in the morning and not waking up to that obnoxious sound.
Yeah, maybe she can go meet the girl from the beginning of our live here, and since neither of them are going to be in Taiwan, and they can stand around in China and yell about sunshine together, it'd be great. They'll
That
probably
is
be
a
really good
very good
friends.
suggestion. Yeah. So here she is again. Like I just wanted to look and see what she's up to. So she's going around. She's in central London here. It looks like she's in Leicester Square, and she's just going around offering people this snack from China. But let's just watch it. And I'm sorry, maybe I'm nitpicking here, but she says like, I know she's making this for a Chinese audience, obviously. So, but she's like, give foreigners a taste of our specialities in Chongqing, China. But she's the foreigner.
Yeah.
I'm just nitpicking.
I've done that in America though so many times where I would hear people be like, "Oh, 老外," and I'd be like, "Oh, 现在你是老外."
Yeah, you are the foreigner, not me.
I'm like, 这里是美国.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. 这是美国啊。
Yeah.
特色美食啊，香脆椒，咱东北有溜达串，给咱老伦敦也整一个溜达辣椒啊，走着。
Oh.
Okay.
Oh no.
2 pounds, 2 pounds, 2 pounds, 2 pounds.
Okay, I just wanted to point out.
Free taste. You wanna try it? Free taste.
Yeah, that's not very. That's a little. Yeah.
So she's trying to sell it for £2, but on the translation there, she's wrote 2 pungza, which basically means like dirty. I mean, 2 means like dirt, and pungza means fat. So basically, like dirty, fatty, kind of thing. It's not very nice, is it?
Yeah, that's not very cute, is it?
So it's a bit weird, and she's just going around trying to
It's
sell this
Fritos.
stuff.
You want to try Chinese snack?
Anyway, that is all I wanted to say about this young lady. Let me just get us on the screen. How do I do this where we are bigger on the screen?
Yeah, there's on TikTok, there's a lot of people right now, Chinese people selling things, and there's this like channel on TikTok, and they're selling those spicy, they got like spicy squid and like spicy chicken things in the wrappers, and like if you've
Yeah,
ever had that stuff, like
I hate it.
it's disgusting, right? It's horrible.
It's gross.
And I go on there and I'm like, foreigners will never eat this shit, right? And she's like, no, we sell it so much. I'm like, oh yeah, how many have you sold today?
Yeah,
And they never want to answer because nobody wants that shit. It's like it's just Chinese
crap.
people don't understand that China is just so different than the rest of the world. Chinese people don't know that like they're the outcast really in the world. Like Vietnam is different, Japan is different, Korea is different, and that's just in Asia. Don't even get started with the rest of the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when you tell them that, you're like, why are you acting this way socially among people? Like they don't get it, But when you go to Japan and you walk around like in Japan, like in a city that is ginormous and it's so quiet, and then you go to the complete opposite of like you go to Beijing or something in China, and you're like, holy shit, like it's loud as soon as the plane lands.
Yeah.
Like that was the first time I ever went to China and like landed on the airplane in China. I remember thinking, wow, it's just so loud all the time.
I kind of enjoyed it though, to be honest.
It was interesting in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
It was like, wow, this is so different and happening.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was cool.
But then after you're there for so long, it's like nothing shuts up ever.
From my experience, I kind of just sort of like went with the flow, and then I started doing it myself, like like just sort of like not pushing and shoving in the line, but you kind of have no choice really. You don't like it.
It like I remember when I came back to, and this is embarrassing, but when I came back to America,
did you push in the line? Did you push some old lady out of the way?
Get out the way. No, but people were like, man, you've kind of changed a little. And I'm like, oh, really? You think so? And
You're more boisterous.
Yeah, like you like it China changes you a little bit, it does. Yeah. And then you get back to, America, and it's like, because in China, if you don't push your way and like push and pull and grab and take, like you won't get anything, because all these other people around you will, So
exactly, it's like survival of the fittest, basically.
Yeah, because like it's that way. It's like when you go places, like, and you get on the bus, if you want the seat and the seat is open, like if you don't take it, somebody else will.
Somebody will. Exactly. Survival of the fittest, my friend.
And they don't care like if it's the next stop for them. I've literally seen people, like, I remember one time I was on a bus and there was a woman with a baby standing there. And I was like, man, y'all fucking pathetic. And I was just like, I gave her my seat and I was like, sheesh. Like nobody even tried,
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It can be crazy. Anyway, guys, I just want to say, if you're watching this, please give us a like, because we're doing a great job here, I think. And also, where are you watching from? Please write in the comments if you're watching from my channel or from Corey's channel. That would be great. Okay, let us move on, because we've got a little bit more to go, thankfully. We're not over yet. And this story is from Guangzhou. There was like a delivery guy with his electric bike, and it was confiscated by a traffic policeman. And yeah, the boy just went a little bit crazy. So let's watch it.
Yeah. I'll show you, bike. And of course, the Chinese police doing what they always do.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Unless, if the guy was holding a slogan saying "Down with Xi Jinping," he'd be arrested, though.
Get him! Police would come out from every corner. Jump on him.
He's not a happy chappy, is he?
He's like mud stomping it. It's like WWE type stuff right there.
Yeah, it is. Seriously is. Let's see it again. Kind of want to see that again.
Yeah, watch. And for people that don't know, like that is one thing that at least I observed in China, and that is that people in China have a very short fuse. Like I don't know if you've ever seen that before, but like people in China will go from like 0 to like wanting to burn down a building in like no time. Yeah. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing.
It is weird because like they would never do that against the government, right? But with things that they can get away with, like him smashing up that bike, then yeah, he'll just take out all of his rage that way.
Yeah. It's like I've seen it happen so many times in China that like whenever you see somebody like go over that barrier into craziness, it's like you get away because like you don't know what they'll do,
Yeah. Like this guy.
Apparently he's just mad at his own bike in this case, thankfully. But
I wonder what the bike did to him.
poor bike,
He's probably like, if I can't have it, no one can.
The unfortunate part is like he can't even destroy the bike. Like the bike is just taking it like a champ. Which
is surprising because those like electric bikes in China are usually like a load of shite, aren't they?
Yeah, if it was a BYD electric vehicle, he'd probably kick it and it'd explode.
He kicks it, and just goes boom.
Yeah, like a movie, it would just explode, catch on fire. Be crazy.
Oh, nice. So this guy, one of China's generals or military generals or whatever the hell he is, I don't bloody know. He had a little message for Taiwan, so let's see what he had to say.
极为危险，正告民进党当局，螳臂当车，只能自取灭亡，早晚要来收了你。
So sooner or later, we will get you.
A mantis trying to stop a chariot.
Yeah, what the fuck does that even mean?
A goat that gives no milk. It's like, why are we talking about animals? What's going on here?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? Can't you just talk normally? What the fuck?
I know, right? All of these like metaphors and like idioms and all of this crap. It's just like, why don't you just say we're gonna come over and we're gonna fuck you up, Taiwan?
A butterfly without wings.
Yeah.
What?
Sooner or later, we will get you. Okay.
Very, very nice talk from such a peaceful nation. A group of people that would never hurt anyone.
Yeah, exactly. Most peaceful nation on the planet.
How many wars has China been in compared to America?
Yeah, all of that lame propaganda. God. And speaking of lame propaganda, we are on to our next segment. It's the propaganda police.
Propaganda police!
And we have one of my favorite CCP shills. We have Jason Smith here saying, meanwhile in China, this is a typical middle school. So let's have a look. Yeah, really it is a typical middle school. Sure it is.
It talks that way. This is a typical middle school.
Yeah.
Like fucking Squidward.
Well,
yeah, typical middle school.
Well, obviously Jason Smith talks like this, so let's see what amazing video Jason Smith has posted for us. Okay. chemical experiments can be done like this. I mean, surely this is like tapping all of the fun out of it, taking all of the fun out of it. You know, like don't you want to like blow shit up in chemistry class?
Here's typical. Welcome to China. No fun allowed. No fun. That's typical.
So it's a typical middle school. I mean, I'm pretty sure that middle schools all over the world have an interactive whiteboard with these shitty graphics. I don't even know what program she's using here, but it's not anything high tech as far as I can see.
Yes, you can say it's very typical.
It's a typical middle school, right?
Yeah. Yeah, my nephew's school actually has the same technology, and all the kids actually have their own MacBooks or whatever. It's a little insane.
Is that typical?
Yeah. Apparently, it is for them. Apparently, it wasn't typical when I was that age, but apparently, it is now. It's becoming very typical, I guess you could say.
So there's a couple of things that I wanted to point out from this video, just from my keen observation. Okay, so I mean, which school do you know of I don't know about in the US, but I don't think in the UK people are wearing like massive winter jackets when they're teaching.
Yeah, for those people that don't know, it's very typical to have to wear these types of things in schools and stuff like that, and even your own home in China, if you're below the Yangtze River, because there in China, when the winter comes, if you live below that thing, your house doesn't have heat.
Yeah.
Literally, there is no heat.
Yeah.
You don't get it.
Freezing.
And if you live north of that border, you got heat. When they say you got heat, they can turn it off too. When you live in the north, I've actually had that happen before, where I was like, "Man, I heard you guys had heat here," and they were like, "Well, it's off for today." And I'm like, "Turn the shit on." And they're like, "We can't." And I'm like, "What do you mean you can't turn the shit on?" You know?
Yeah.
Like
if they run out of coal or something, then you're screwed as well. You know?
Yeah, but no, like same thing for even and don't let them fool you and be like, "Well, maybe this is just some small town and in China." No, like in Guangzhou.
Yeah, but this is typical.
It is typical. In Guangzhou, Tier 1 city where I lived, in the winter, you had days where it got very cold.
Yeah.
And you could see your breath inside our apartment if we didn't have like space heaters or whatever. You could see your own breath because there is, again, literally no heaters.
Yeah, you have to use the air conditioning, right?
Yeah, you have to use that stuff, right? And most of them don't have it.
Yeah,
but
it's crazy.
So
okay,
wow, it's a shocking thing.
Okay, next one: security camera watching the classroom. Yeah. That's typical. That is a typical China thing, isn't it?
Yeah, heat in the winter, no camera. Got to get that camera up there. Yeah.
And just one more thing that I just noticed. Sorry, we'll have to play that again. Okay, just there's a state-of-the-art advanced interactive whiteboard up there, but look at the shitty classroom that she's in teaching with this rubbish, horrible unit here and the cracks in the walls. It's a tofu drag of a building.
It's that typical thing in China, what appears very technologically advanced on the surface, usually below it or behind it or above it, usually looks like shit. And it's the same thing. Right below that beautiful advanced screen, you could tell just how poor the build quality is of the building.
Yeah, and one could say that this is rather typical, right?
Yeah, I mean it's unfortunate because that is the type of stuff that you see all the time in China and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've told this story a million times. I always tell people right there in Guangzhou, If you don't believe me, it's so true. Go to the East Railway Station. You're going to see a beautiful waterfall. Beautiful, man. It's great. You look at it, you're like, whoa, amazing. You go to the inside where like the restaurants are, and the glass is there, and you can see how it's like all dirty and shit, and they have never cleaned it. Multi-million-dollar building, beautiful fountain on the outside, looks like a trash can on the inside.
Yeah, similar thing. Like when I lived in China, I moved into this new apartment complex, and downstairs they had a little water feature, and in that water feature, like there was like a little waterfall on it, and fish swimming around, and the place had been open for like a couple of months, and then like 3, 4, 5 months later, no one had cleaned it. The fish were dead, like they were floating on the top, and it was just like the water was disgusting. The thing was falling apart.
Oh yeah. I got a remote controlled boat one time, and I just bought it for real cheap. Went to like the local watery pond thing there in China, and I pulled the boat out of the water, and after I looked at the bottom, it was all like black and sticky. I was like, what the hell? It was like, what's in the water? I'm like, that's weird, you know?
Yeah. Man, we've got so many of these stories, right?
Right.
Anyway, this is yours, right?
Yeah. Just something picked out quickly because, you know, I always tell people about how in China, parents are always pushing their kids to do things. And a lot of times what China thinks like is cute and hilarious, you know, they're trying to say, hey, look at us. Our kids are so smart. Look at all the stuff that they can do, you know. But at the same time, it looks like they're just slave working their kids, apparently.
Yeah, I think they're trying to say that this is a typical kindergarten in China.
Yeah.
And it's not. Like they're
Look how
making out
smart
that.
kids are.
Sorry, Corey. Say that again.
Yeah, it's like, look how good our kids are. You know, China's so technologically advanced, but you know, we've got to like shuck corn. It's like, what?
Yeah.
What are you teaching these kids? You know.
Yeah, it's just
Johnny's a barber. You know.
it's just lame propaganda. It's just lame. It's like this is designed for like someone in the UK or in the States to look at this and be like, well, why aren't my kids doing this? Well, this is what they want people to think. But when people from the US or the UK actually watch this, they're like, man, is this like some sort of like slave child labor camp or something? Like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, it's
Propaganda completely backfires.
It's the what they want you to believe, and then them not understanding the actual effect that it has on your thoughts, you know?
Yeah.
For them, they're like, we're going to show these Westerners just how smart Chinese kids are and just how dedicated to them we are. And then you're like, so you got them like shucking corn. It's like, why aren't they out like playing and having fun and like doing good things, you know? No, they've got them like cutting hair, you know? And it's like, could you imagine like if a Chinese kid came to his mom and was like, Mom, when I grow up, I want to be a barber. She'd be like, no, you don't. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
She would never go for that shit. You know what I mean? She would never go for that.
You're being a doctor and you will like it.
Yeah. And that's final.
Yeah. Oh dear. I mean, this is definitely not a typical kindergarten in China.
No, definitely not. Definitely.
For sure. Okay, and this is one that I found, and I just thought it was ridiculous. Let's make that bigger so people can actually see it. So Shenzhen's self-deployed humanoid robot. So remember this self-developed humanoid robot has achieved a human-like run in motion. Okay.
I like how shocked she is.
Yeah, she's like, wow.
She just turns her head.
Whoa.
The other thing is, you can tell that this video is clearly not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would not be shocked if this video was not real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like if it's some sort of like superimposed image on top of a real person running, for example.
Yeah, or yeah, just some form of AI created AI video or something like that. I
Yeah,
mean, it's definitely not impossible to say that China could create a robot that runs or something. But
sure, sure.
let's be honest. There's so many robots that are not running like that that are just falling down, doing very basic bullshit that I find it hard to believe that there's a robot, you know,
Yeah.
running that way.
No, I can see what you're saying. I'm just going to go with that. This is probably real, but it's not what they're trying to like peg it as, trying to sell it as. You know, like so for example, let's see. He'll get there in a second. Okay, super impressive, you know. Robot doing a forward flip. It says the robot exemplifies the fusion of cutting edge AI, precision engineering, and policy driven ecosystem. Sounds awfully impressive, doesn't it?
Very impressive.
Until, come on. Okay, you see the guy in the background with the remote holding the remote control.
Yeah, and you know, it's like I always say. It really comes back down to. I hate to say it, but so what? Again, you know, excuse my language, but so fucking what? So you got a robot that does backflips.
Yeah.
What is this robot actually doing? Like, show us this robot doing something useful. You know,
Yeah.
I don't care if your robot can do backflips. Like, who cares? You know,
Yeah.
we need it to do real stuff. And I mean, you can always tell, you know, about this type of stuff because look at the video here. You've got this company in what is it? Like, what is this name?
Engine AI, maybe?
I hope so, right? Like Engine AI. Like the way that they put it all together, it's like, come on now. Are they trying to use it as one word? Are they trying to separate it? And then it's like, look at the font. It looks like some cheap font that they downloaded, and they just made one of the letters red. And then they were like, here we go. Now we've got our company logo. And it's like, okay. So you got your company logo that, you know, you downloaded off of a free website.
Yeah.
And then look at all the drawings and shit behind them. Like, get out of here. Shit.
It looks shite, doesn't it? Like, and that, yeah, it just looks like bargain basement cookie cutter logo with that big red end there. They were like, whoa, this looks so cool, man. People, the Lawai are really going to love this. They're going to be scared of Engine AI.
Engine AI. You know, it's like, I don't know. I don't buy it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm not buying it. Just like the next one. Oh, here we go. It's going to do another flip. You see, but there's a dude controlling it, so I'm not as impressed, you know?
He does front flips. He
And we've
waves. He's half of a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, we've got VacuBot.
Vacuum bot. Yeah, it's like the bottom. They were like, how can we make this robot? They took like one of those like floor cleaners that you'd see at the grocery stores late at night and just cut it off at the bottom.
Oh, a buffer, like a floor buffer.
Yeah, it's half floor buffer, half robot. He smiles and he cleans.
It's definitely got something in common with a vacuum cleaner, as in it fucking sucks.
Yeah, exactly. I like how the police officer guy, he's so serious. Look at him. He's like, he's just standing there watching it like, yes, robots.
He's like, he's got his arms folded. He's like, this fucking sucks, dude.
This piece of shit is going to take my job in about 6 weeks.
Yes, I think Headley Bradstone has a good one. Early Davros. It looks like freaking Davros from Doctor Who. Do you know the Daleks?
Mm-hmm.
It just looks ridiculous.
Here's the thing about the police in China. Since they literally just do absolutely fucking nothing anyways, They
Yeah,
really are easily replaced by AI robots. I mean,
because they do nothing
they don't
anyway.
do the AI robot doesn't have to do anything anyways. So
Okay, we've got Zhang He-ching again, the ambassador for Pakistan. I think he is at the moment.
isn't he just such a lovely individual? This guy.
He's hilarious. If you want to have a good laugh, go onto his Twitter and just check it out. He's got some great stuff, man. You're gonna love it.
Unfortunately, he's completely fucking serious.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's unintentionally funny, and it's just hilarious to see. He says, "Is China collapsing or living in the future? Leave your comments below." So let's see.
More lights on buildings.
2077.
Lights on buildings again.
Yeah,
And now we've got a train
and roads.
and more roads.
Whoa.
Lights again.
Yeah, and trains. It's always trains, isn't it?
Leg. Look at this train.
And the escalator going to nowhere.
No, really, like what why would you holy shit. Why would you ever want to be on an escalator that long?
Yeah, I mean, it's not even safe. Like, at least in a ski lift or something, you feel a little bit secure, right? But this is just an escalator.
Yeah, like
The hell? Yeah, because
in
that's
an
a really
escalator, you have to stand and look forward, which means for 45 minutes all you're going to see is the stairs in front of you. At least on a lift you're sitting down and you would be able to see all the stuff in front of you, you know.
yeah, and that's a really good look for a natural environment. Some freaking escalators that belong in a subway station.
Yeah.
Oh dear. 2077 though, guys. In 2077, we're all going to have escalators on mountains.
Oh my gosh.
More roads. Yeah, that kind of doesn't look real, to be honest with you, as well.
China's newest technology, an escalator from Shenzhen to Guangzhou.
An escalator.
Now you can stand for 6 hours straight.
Oh dear, look at this. I mean, come on. And like lifts, I mean, or elevators, whatever you want to call them. I've never seen one of them before.
It's more of that stuff, unfortunately. It's crazy how like a lot of China's brags are shit that have been trains. Look at the trains. It's like we've had those 100+ years now.
Yeah, escalators. I mean, God, we've had them for like hundreds of years.
Yeah, like come on now. Are you serious? Like, why are we even making a big deal about this? But they do. They push it as propaganda.
Yeah. And it's just interesting to contrast it with like this video of this dude I think it's in a parking lot, I guess, and it's just like you see this is tofu.
The other thing he said is that this is Country Garden. If you remember, Country Garden is one of those Chinese real estate companies that
like Evergrande
really struggled. Yeah,
yeah,
they've really struggled. I used to actually live in a Country Garden property in China, and they're not the greatest. They're really not. But yeah, when you look at that, that's embarrassing. It really is. That tells you that entire building is just not. There's no way that's structurally sound.
I know, right? Look at it. Like that is basically like sand, just crumbling off. He said it's like mud. The guy literally said it's like mud.
Yeah, that's creepy, man.
I mean, all of the pillars are made of this as well. Gosh.
Yeah, that's creepy.
It's an accident waiting to happen. Look at that.
And that's more of the same. More is what I always tell people. China is very beautiful on the surface, man. You look and you see all the lights and the cars. and the flowers that they paint green and stuff when they turn brown, and you're like, man, this stuff is beautiful. But what you don't realize is that the foundation that you're standing on might be crumbling. You know, you might have a metro system underneath your feet that is just waiting to collapse at any moment, and it does. You know,
a massive sinkhole appears and just.
I remember in Guangzhou it actually happened. They had a giant sinkhole that happened, and you know, it was posted on WeChat on people's moments there in Guangzhou, and they didn't post it on the news. They didn't, you know, because people died, right? And so there were a lot of people that were like, "Oh my gosh," you know, like my son, my daughter, my husband, or whomever takes that bus route every day, and I can't get a hold of them. You know,
that's fucking scary, dude.
Yeah, like you never know. You never know about stuff. So
yeah. So the moral of the story is, if you see this propaganda, say in China 2077, then it's absolute bullshit, and you will see about 10 videos or 100 more videos showing you shit like we just showed you with that whole, like, you know, tofu dreg building, like this crap. So yeah, lame propaganda.
And for people that don't keep up on it all the time, there are a lot of building collapses in China because of stuff like this. It's not like this is just one building and we picked that one building out and we're like, hey, let's put this in a video. This is like nationwide. There's a lot of this stuff. It really is. You know?
Yeah, it is. Like I read about like building collapses all the time in China. You know, you see it all the time. It's a nationwide problem.
It's the way of because there's no structure of quality control there. It's like when these buildings explode and you find out that they house these chemicals that they're not supposed to be housing together, and then one chemical is super explosive with the other chemical when they mix, and it's like, you know.
That sounds like that Tianjin explosion. That was huge, man.
Yeah, like stuff like that happens, and then it's like, well, who is in charge here? And everybody's just like, I don't know who is in charge. You know, it wasn't me.
Yeah,
you know?
Nobody takes responsibility. Yeah.
Right. It happens a lot in China. You know?
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on from that, shall we? Because and we just have one more video clip to show you. I guess we can just talk over it. So there's a big commotion going on. Let's see. Sorry, just let it get past this. Hurry up. Okay. What is going on here?
They're bringing out the man to blame for it all.
All of the tofu drags?
Yeah.
Oh. What, you mean the manager of the project?
The manager of the country.
Oh, shit. That's a hell of a lot of security, isn't it?
Oh, man. He must be a really important guy.
Is this him? Nope. Is this him? Nope. Is this him? No. Who is this?
It's still going.
It's still going, man.
What? This is crazy.
And there he is.
It's a... who's that guy again? Right?
Winnie the Pooh, I think.
Oh, gosh. I hate to say it, but he's just...
like,
yeah. I'm gonna let it go.
Special. He's special. Let's just say that.
I'm gonna let it go. Gonna let it go.
Yeah, and it's interesting how like this he has so much security. I mean, isn't this supposed to be the safest country on the planet according to the shills and the propagandists?
Yeah, and that's the thing is like that's how it is in China. It's you know, it's such a safe country, but they've got bars on all the windows, and you know, it's so safe, but the president has all these, you know, all these people following him around and all that stuff. It's like, why does this happen?
Yeah.
Must be a reason.
I just thought it would be fun just to show that clip. I mean, I've got nothing really to say about it apart from, like, good old Xi Baozi has so many security guards in the safest country, but I just thought it was just such a ridiculous, like, clip, like, and this is supposed to be like a flex from China.
Yeah, right.
Uh,
That's the thing. Is like here in America, like my president has to say plenty of dumb shit, and then like people can obviously be like, well, man, he's an idiot. In
yeah,
China, Xi Jinping doesn't have to say anything, and you're like, man, that guy's just stupid. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You can just kind of tell. It's a weird thing, and even for people that like, if you don't speak Chinese, very well or if at all, he doesn't really sound very intelligent, honestly, when he speaks Chinese, even.
no,
And
no,
it's
it doesn't.
just kind of a weird thing,
No, I mean, he's just. It's interesting because you talk about like Trump saying dumb shit, and
Man,
people they criticize him for it. They call him
oh,
out for it. They
of
talk
course.
shit about him, and rightly so in many cases. But with Xi Jinping, the people there in China can't say shit about him, and he can just say whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, that's for sure. Keep in mind, I am in my chair in America criticizing him. Definitely not doing it there in China, right next to
No
him.
chance.
That's for sure.
No chance.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, here, just one last thing that I just wanted to mention because this is where I'm going to be on Saturday. This is another protest outside the mega embassy at Royal Mint Court in London. It's going to be at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And it's going to be a good one. I think that quite a few people are showing up. I'll be there. I'll be making a couple of videos. I might even do a live stream there, and I really can't wait to go. And hopefully, if any of you guys are in the UK, you'll show up too, and come and say hi if you see me. And any little pinks or Wu Mao, come along too. You're welcome. You're invited. And
Yeah, it's a good point. People like for people that watch, like you have to understand that we're just two people, and we come out here to point out the propaganda, but really we can't do it alone. It is all upon you guys to come out, to show up, and to let other people that understand and know that this is not okay. This cannot be allowed. Don't allow your country to be controlled by CCP, and the first thing that you can do is to get together and let them know that it's not okay. It's not okay.
Exactly. The last thing that I want to happen is have like a mega embassy for the CCP in London. They've already got an embassy. Taiwan doesn't have an embassy. It's not fair. Like, there's something up with that.
Sure.
Really
Because,
wrong.
It is like a slow invasion on our countries, on our cultures, and who we are and what we stand for. And China knows this. Maybe they can't go to war right now, but slowly they can try to change the way that our people think.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And I wish you could come along to this because I think you'd really have a good time there.
Yeah. Of course. One day, man. I'm gonna come to the UK out there, and we're gonna do something. We're definitely gonna do something for sure.
Absolutely, mate. You're more than welcome to come here anytime, dude. Okay, so anyway, that is our stream done. Let's take a few minutes to see if there's anyone in the chat that has a question. If you got a question, just fire away. We can now put your comments up on the screen because we have advanced our technology. We've now got that AI 5G CCP technology.
2077.
Look at this. Look, that's the secret spy base in London. See, we can totally put your comments on the screen. So please, what have you got?
血转速.
Yeah, I've actually met her.
Really?
Yes, in Cambridge. When Stan and myself went to Cambridge to shoot some videos, she showed up. So that was cool.
Oh, that is awesome, dude. See, that's the thing that is so neat. It's like, especially for us, like smaller channels, we don't have, at least I obviously don't have the viewership, and you don't have necessarily the viewership of the Serpent ZAs and those guys. So when someone does show up or does leave a comment on a video or anything like that at all, it's so amazing. Like it means everything. It really does.
Yeah, like I really, really appreciate it. And I really like the community that we've built up over the years, in this little small section of the anti-CCP crowd. It's been great, and it's getting better. We're gonna do more, man. We're gonna get more. I got a feeling, but what we're not getting more of is comments. So come on, guys, let's see. I've been to Cambridge today, Lewis. That's cool. That's cool. I like Cambridge. Guys, come on, give us a question. Give us something that we can focus on for a few minutes. Otherwise, we are just going to bugger off, I think.
I'll scroll through comments real fast and just see if there's anything.
Have you got any on your stream?
It's funny. I haven't even paid attention to any of that stuff the entire time.
Oh crap! Check out yours and see if there's anything on there.
Yeah, I'll have to go look in a moment here.
Let's see. Anything on Prince Andrew's involvement in the super embassy about to be built? Good question. I actually don't know, really. I don't really have anything to add to that. I'm sure you've probably read up about it, though. But yeah, honestly, I don't know. But I mean, that Prince Andrew guy is super creepy, dude. Super creepy. He was hanging out with, I think he was one of the guys who went to Epstein's Island and that kind of thing. Anyway, yuck. Let's see. In your last live stream at the protest, you had some little pinks in the live chat. Yeah, I wasn't really paying much attention to it when I was doing the live stream at the embassy because I was too focused on filming everything and trying to ask them some questions. I spoke to a couple of the British members of parliament and that kind of thing, so I wasn't really looking at the chat. But yeah, apparently there was some little douchebags in there, but never mind. I think it makes it more fun.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They don't understand either that they're not fooling anyone. They're not fooling anyone. It's no different than me going into China and sitting down in a room full of Chinese nationalists and just screaming at the top of my head. It's not going to convince anyone. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, exactly. It's just I mean, do they seriously think that they can come into the chat and convince people who are pretty much sold on hating the CCP? Do they seriously think that's going to work?
Right. There's just too much evidence out there against the CCP that no one's going to change their mind based on what they type in a chat room.
But it is fun. It is fun to read their comments. Come on.
It is. And that's the thing is you have to consider these people, they're not, let's be honest, these people are not very well educated. They're just not. They're not the most educated. They're not the most up on things. That's why they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But it's fun. It is fun.
Sure.
Okay.
Have someone to hit,
What did Mike? Sorry, we had one from Mike. Was it Mike? Oh no, it was Daniel. Sorry. Xi Jinping went to Denmark and they forcibly removed Tibetan's flag from protesters many years ago. That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, it's a funny thing because you look at it. China has taken land from everyone, from Tibet and Mongolia and down there, and Guangdong is parts of Vietnam, and then they want Taiwan and they want the Philippines and even Russia. They want everything, and they think that if they just remove the flags, then you've won the battle. And it's
Shame on the Danish government for allowing that to happen, though.
Yeah, of course. Countries have got to stop. You know,
Yeah.
and if enough countries would say, listen, you can't do this, China. It's going to happen one of these days, because countries like India, countries like Vietnam and Bangladesh, you know, these countries are upping production, and they are producing more and more. And a lot of
Yeah.
countries are learning to produce their own goods now. You
Yeah.
know, so it's going to change.
Yeah. True. True. The Western world is not going to be so dependent on China.
You know, or even the Asian world, because I tell you, you look at the Philippines and all these countries, and they don't want to have to trade with China if they don't have to. You know, not at
Yeah.
the cost of losing their land, anyways.
Yeah. Absolutely. What time is the protest? It's at 3 o'clock in Greenwich Mean Time, which I don't know what time that is wherever you are, Jasmine. But yeah, let's see. Um, let's see. Were there counter protesters at the last protest? Not from what I saw. No, I think that like they wouldn't dare, to be honest with you, like because there were so many people from Hong Kong, really passionate people. You know, they've fled Hong Kong just to get away from that whole national security law thing. I highly doubt if a Little Pink seriously showed up there, they would be screwed, like really screwed. Um, is Stan coming with you to the protest or what? No, he is not. No, no, no. I don't think he's going to be in London on that day, unfortunately. It sucks, but he's doing something else in the UK at the moment. So yeah, he's not going to be at the protest. Let's see. I think propaganda is either their job or virtue signaling. Sorry, what were we talking about with that one? I don't know. Sometimes I lose track of what we were talking about.
There's just so much, but
Yeah. Let's see. I argue with some of them on X sometimes. They are pure haters. Yeah, sometimes it's just a waste of time arguing with a Little Pink or the Woo Mao, really. I started like replying to their Instagram messages, and then I just thought, what the hell am I doing? It's just a waste of time, dude. Seriously. Let's see. Uh, so Mike Stewart celebrates 7 months of membership. That's pretty neat. I didn't realize we could get an update like that. That is cool. A lifetime lived with free and open access to information gives us every advantage over Little Pinks. Definitely, mate. Definitely. Whoa, okay. A lot of comments coming in. Jasmine has been 9 months of membership. So hope the protest goes well. Thank you. Yeah, cool, dude. Have you opened up channel members on your channel?
I did, but I closed it. I had a few, but I closed it after a while.
Yeah, it's quite good. It is good, man. Like it's because you can see your members' messages. Like if you go to the comments, and it will show you the members' messages, and you can kind of prioritize that sort of thing. And like you build a good little community. Like I've got quite a good one. You can give them little stickers. Like they can like post their own little funny emojis and stuff. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, for sure. So, alrighty. Well, are you about ready to wrap it up here?
Yes, I am, mate. Yeah. Cool.
I gotta get out of here soon.
Oh, dude. Well, you can leave. I'll just stick around and read some comments for a bit.
Sure.
All right, Corey. Thank you so much for joining.
All right. Well, hey, guys, I appreciate it. Not to self-plug, but if you like the content, come over to my channel, check it out too. I'm going to make some content, and things like that. Thanks for Lewis always having me on here, and hope to see you all again soon.
See you later, mate. Alrighty. Cool. I hope you guys don't mind if I stick around for a little bit longer, because we had a few comments coming through there, and I am just going to kick Corey out. For some reason, he is still there. He's logged in as me. I don't know what he's doing, but I cannot kick him out. Oh, there he is. He's gone now. Yay. Okay, guys, let me see. We got quite a lot here. Finally get to catch your live chat. Love and support your work. Thank you so much. You are very, very much appreciated. Stan, is he in the UK at the moment? Who knows? Who knows where Stan is? Let's see. I agree, Prime. Oh, sorry, Corey's not here, but I'm going to read your comment anyway. Remembered when you made a good point back then about how everyone is focusing about the dark part of Western imperialism, but no one's talking about what's happening right now in China. That is very true. So Daniel Gregerson, you have been a member for 6 months. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you, my friend. Hello, Corey. Do you remember me? Sorry, Corey's gone now. I don't remember you, though. Xibaozi, yes. Exactly. I'd support your channel, Prime. Thanks, Mike. You are very kind. You should go and leave some comments on Corey's channel then. Show your support. Shi Poo. you want to know how to say Winnie the Pooh in Mandarin is Xiao Xiong Wei Ni. Xiao Xiong Wei Ni, Winnie the Pooh. Thanks, Corey. Yeah, guys, I hope you're digging having Corey on this stream. It is great to have a co-host with me. Less pressure on me. And it's fun to bounce off of somebody else with some, with a bit of banter, a bit of the old bants. Okay, everybody's just saying bye to Corey there. Whoa, this live is so good. Oh, he's here. You see, he said that he was going away to do some stuff, and he's just watching the stream. You've left some comments for Corey. Nice one, Mike. Thank you so much. It's entertaining watching you two jam together. Yeah, it's cool. It's fun. I've got to get used to it, though, because I've been so used to just doing my own thing, and like having somebody else on here is like, it's kind of a bit like, whoa. So I'm supposed to listen now and not say anything. You know what I mean? But it is cool. We'll definitely get more into a flow as time goes on. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. It is fun. It is good fun. Yeah, you're going to see me at the protest on Saturday for sure. I am going to be there. You're doing great, bud. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Anyone else you want to bring to the live stream next time? Yes, you're coming on. You've got to come on one time. You can turn your camera off. You can just do voice. Do it. Let me see. What do I think about Donald Trump trying to buy Greenland? I think he's absolutely batshit insane. Okay, let's see. During World War II, CCP sold KMT and US military secrets to the Japanese in Hong Kong. Really? Interesting stuff. Let's see. Me, do you want to come on, Barry? You are welcome to come on. I have just invested in this new live streaming software where I can bring on as many people as I want. So if you want to come on, yeah, you are welcome to come on, man. Corey, I'm not sure if you remember me, but I used to be a fan of yours. So are you not a fan of mine? I'm joking. That's cool. That's cool. I'm sure Corey does remember you. Maybe I've been busy with life. Well, don't let life get in the way of fun, man. Cool. All right, guys. Well, anyway, thank you so much for joining. I am going to wrap up now. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I think it was a pretty good one. We are going to get a lot better in time. We just got to get used to it, and we got to find our flow. But yeah, it's been a good one, and I will see you all hopefully on Saturday for another live stream at around about 3 o'clock GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. I don't know what time that is in your country, but yeah, thank you so much for joining. And yeah, Barry, the Super Scott, get in touch with me, mate. We'll get you on next week if you want to come on. That would be cool. It'd be cool to have you on, have your knowledge of Taiwan to add to the already cool live stream. All right, guys. See you all in the next one. I am going to play that outro if I can find it. Where is that thing? Oh, there it is. Okay, guys. See you soon.